Guys, I hope you are ready for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably, I have to tell you, this is my most favorite module. This that I'm talking to you about right now is something that I am so excited about. I am so passionate about it. And it's something that I understand the value of every word that I'm about to share with you right now. I'm going to talk to you right now. This module, I called it Network Marketing Industry Facts for the Skeptic. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because this used to be me. Okay, and so this module may be 15, 20 minutes long, but I can tell you, if you're a skeptic, you need to listen to every single word that I'm going to share with you right now, because I'm going to prove to you that one of us is right and one of us is wrong. Okay, and I used to be the one that was wrong. No longer that holds true anymore. This industry, let's talk about the industry. The industry of network marketing. Some of you may know it as multi-level marketing. It's one and the same. It's been around since 1949. Okay, so it's been around for a long time. Okay, this industry today now has over 60 plus million people in the entire industry collectively. Okay, also the industry combined last year for about $150 billion of total revenue last year amongst all of the companies together. 150 billion. Okay? Every 11 seconds, someone is starting a home-based business. Let's talk about more statistics. The average person on a job makes about $2,500 a month, $30,000 a year on a traditional job. The average income in home-based businesses is $65,000 per year, according to 2010 third-party statistic. $65,000 per year. What does that tell us? That tells us that more people are earning more money from home than they are going to work on a full-time job. Now, let's talk about some of the other things. Are there people in network marketing that don't make any money? Absolutely there is. Are there people in XYZ professions, real estate, accounting, and all these other professions that don't make money? Most certainly there is as well. So we have people in both industries that don't make money. But likewise, we also have a lot of people over here that make a lot of money. Let me give you an example. Since 1978, by the way, the year I was born, more millionaires have been created from the industry of network marketing than anything else on the planet since 1978. Let's talk about some of the people who are involved. Did you know Warren Buffett is involved in the network marketing industry? I'm sure you know who he is, right? Second wealthiest man in the world. He owns several network marketing companies. He's a billionaire. Did you know Bill Farley is also involved in the network marketing industry? He's also a billionaire as well. And of course, let's not forget Mr. Bill Gates, another billionaire, is also involved in network marketing as well. And so what does that tell us? If the industry is good enough for billionaires, then it frankly should be good enough for people who don't have any money or people who want to make more money. And so what I'm saying is, when I learned that this industry had billionaires involved in it, that's when I kind of felt like, wait a minute, how can I condemn something that I know nothing about? A wise man once told me, condemnation without proper investigation is the height of stupidity. And I remember when he said that to me, I almost thought he was calling me stupid. And I said, well, you know what? I can't condemn something that I fully don't know and have never taken the time to do thorough research about what it is and how it works. Let me help you understand where you can actually get some third-party tools to validate everything that's being said to you today. I encourage you to do so. Let me tell you why. The reason why I want you to understand what network marketing really is and how it truly works is because whether you know it or not, you're a part of it. You're just on the paying end of it instead of being on the receiving end. Let me give you an example. Each and every single person watching this video all makes referrals at some point in time in their life. You refer a person to a restaurant. You refer a person to a movie. You refer someone, to a concert. You make referrals to your hairdresser. Where did you get your shirt? Where did you get those shoes? Where do you go to church? What's the local restaurant in the area? We make referrals all day long. The only difference is you're not being compensated for it. Let's go a little further than that. Network marketing is about promoting a product or a service to people. Keyword, promoting, which simply means to make known. That's what the word promoting means, to make known. Well, think about all the things that you promote now. You promote a lot of stuff. Again, when you're making referrals, you're making something known, aka promoting. Okay? And so what I want you to understand here about this industry is that it's a very lucrative, it's a very powerful industry, but most importantly, let me break down to you how it works. I want you to get how it works. Typically, let me talk about some of the myths that many people have about the industry. Many people think that the people at the top make all the money. Many people think that if I don't get in at the beginning, it's too late. Many people think that, it's all about recruiting a bunch of people and I make money off of them, and if they, and it's all about making money off of people versus products and services being moved. Okay? Many people have a lot of myths, and guys, it's time for you to learn that a lot of the myths that you've thought and been told are not true. Let's talk about the facts of the business. Multi-level marketing is nothing more, or network marketing is nothing more than taking a product from a manufacturer and moving it to an end user consumer. So, correct me if I'm wrong, here in America, isn't the genesis of this thing is the movement of products and services? Absolutely it is. So what is the difference between network marketing or word of mouth marketing versus traditional marketing? It's very simple. Traditional marketing leverages all sorts of advertising mediums. I'm talking about radio, internet, newspaper. That's what traditional marketing does. And they pay millions and millions of dollars in advertising to promote, to make known of the product or the service that they're actually marketing. In multi-level marketing or network marketing, it's all done through word of mouth. All done through word of mouth. Same movement, but just done through word of mouth. And it's done in a way where now, because it's being done through word of mouth, we don't have to pay all of the advertising dollars that traditional businesses pay to promote something. Instead, we take all of that money and we pay people like you and I for promoting it. So if you think about it, it's a win-win-win. Let me give you an example. The company wins because they now get to increase the research and development and all that goes into the manufacturing of that product. Because they don't have the advertising expenses and so forth, they can now take those same dollars and put it back into producing a superior product. Okay? So it's a win for the company. It's also a win for the actual distributor, because we, the distributors, we get to share in the ongoing revenues for promoting it again and again and again. Okay? And number three, it's a win for the customer, because they now get a superior product because we were able to now not have to pay advertising that we would have paid to, Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt or somebody like that to promoting it, and now we're paying it to you. So it's a win for the customer, superior product. It's a win to the actual distributor. They get to revenue share for promoting, and it's a win to the company. They get to produce a superior product, and at the same time, the company does not have to pay upfront dollars to promote something. They only pay when something is sold. Think about it. It makes sense. Distribution is one of the greatest business models of all time. Word of mouth marketing is something that's now coming of age. Let's fast forward. Look at Facebook. What do you think that is? They don't advertise, but yet they have today 800 million users. It's the largest internet conglomerate in world history. Okay? What do you think, guys, there's so many different social networking today is what it's all about. Okay? Word of mouth marketing. One of the things I'll never forget, a good friend of mine, he told me what an awesome accountant he was. And he also told me that, that's all he knew was accounting. And I said to him, that's good. But I said, you know what? Never have a loyalty to something just because you're educated in it. And I said to him, you know what my business is? I'm in the business of identifying trends. Because imagine this. Imagine if all I knew was how to produce vinyl records. Well, think about it. If we were to open up a vinyl record store today, we probably wouldn't make very much money. Because of technology now today, vinyl records are obsolete. So that's the same premise or concept, that a person who's very loyal to only one way of learning how to make money, that's the same predicament that you're potentially putting your family in, especially given today's economic conditions. I encourage you to really understand, take the time to understand network marketing is a real viable business. The best part about it that I love is that no one in the business of network marketing can make any money unless we help you make money. We can't make a dime unless we help you make money. And so here's some of the other myths that you hear about network marketing. You hear people say stuff like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't like talking to people. I'm a very introverted person. I don't know anyone. You hear all these things. And let me give you the truth. Let me ask you a question. Could you pick up the phone and call your friend Bob and say, Bob, and listen, I just met I met a gentleman yesterday who's in charge of a large business. And he asked me if I knew anybody like you. And is it okay if I give Bob your phone number and have Bob give you a call? Could you do that? Then that's network marketing. If you can simply introduce us to your people and let us do all the explaining, let us do all the talking, let us handle their objections, guys, we're now building a business for you. And guess what we're going to do with that new person that we just brought aboard? Do the same thing with them. Ask them to introduce us to their friends. And now a network begins to form. And don't you understand that broke and middle class people, they simply go to work while rich people learn to build networks. Think about it. The company you work for right now has a network of customers that feeds their bank account, feeds their pockets. It's all about building a network. Ignorance is bliss. It's time to wake up. Network marketing is for average, ordinary people. I realize some of you are watching this video saying, wow, that guy's passionate. Wow, I don't talk like him. I know you don't. You could never be me, and frankly, I could never be you. But here's what you would want. Imagine how much richer you could be if you could have someone like me working for you. Well, you only get that in network marketing. Because frankly, you couldn't afford to hire this type of talent. Only except in network marketing. Because the way the industry is set up is that the people above you are forced to help you. And all we want you to do is introduce us to your friends. And we keep that going and going and going. And you are the beneficiary of our efforts and our results. Now, how does that sound to you? That's network marketing. Guys, it's a beautiful business. Let me prove it to you. It's fun. You get to help people all over the world. I've got more friends in countries that I've never even been. But because I've basically served people, now people want to serve you. It's awesome. You unlimited income potential. Unlimited. So if you just want to make a little bit, make a little bit. If you want to make fortunes, go right ahead. I'm talking millions of dollars. Always remember, goods and products and services will always be around. And guess what? They'll always need to be promoted. So guess what? This industry will never go away. Never go away. It's more effective, it's more efficient use of promoting something. That's why you're seeing thousands of companies come this way. It'll never go away. Okay? Never. So, guys, let me ask you this question. Can you simply introduce us to some people? If you can make a fortune. Now you say, well, what if I don't know anybody? Well, if you don't know anybody, I think you ought to go meet some people. If you don't know anybody, you're going to have to meet some people. The industry of network marketing is about sharing a product and or an opportunity with people. Some you know and some you don't know. That's what it's all about. Now, for the person who says, listen, I'm really busy, I have no time. I love you. Because that used to really be me. That's exactly what I said. I had no time. And do you realize the reason why I didn't have any time was because I did not have any leverage. Leverage is the key to freedom, and it's the key to wealth. I want you to remember this, and I sincerely am speaking from my heart because I hope I can connect with you to understand it's time for you to uncover the truth, the facts about how this thing really works. And let's get rid of all these myths so that you can understand how in the world can all these millions of people be earning income if it's just a farce. Now, leverage. Either you have leverage, ladies and gentlemen, or you're being leveraged. What do I mean? Well, think about it. If you work for someone else, they're leveraging you. They're getting paid a percentage of your efforts versus you getting paid a percentage of theirs. You know, the first recorded billionaire, J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather make 1% of 100 different people's efforts versus 100% of my own. Doesn't that just make sense? So for you, the person talking about you don't have any time, it's because you don't have any leverage. And do you understand that in a traditional business, to really acquire massive amounts of leverage, that means you would have to have about anywhere from 300 to 500 people that work for you. Okay? This is according to Forbes. You'd have to have 300 to 500 people work for you to have the type of leverage that would give you the time freedom that you deserve. Well, do you know how much money or capital it would take to have 300 to 500 people working for you? Put it to you this way, so much that 99.9% have been automatically omitted because they just can't afford it. But here in network marketing, you can join a company for less than $1,300 and actually now have your own business that you own, okay? Something that's willable to your children, okay? And literally now, unlimited income unlimited income earning potential, and you have a training a platform that they'll teach and train you everything you want to know, everything you need to know. You can go slow or you can go fast. See, that's in network marketing. That's the reason why Donald Trump's involved and so many other people, okay? So when you say you don't have time, what you're saying is that you don't have any leverage. The only reason I got involved in this industry was to get my time back. And now today, I've introduced a few people, just a few, that's it. I didn't start off at the top, I wasn't in at the beginning. No, it's not true. I got in later. As a matter of fact, I left this company and came back. And the truth of the matter is, guys, I've blown by thousands of people because it's not true that you have to be at the top to make all the money. You see, when people say stuff like that, what they're saying is they're thinking that because they're thinking about a stock. You see, in stocks and bonds, you want to get in early and you ride the wave and you can get rich, right? Well, that's not the case in network marketing. It's not a stock, okay? Just because you get in early doesn't mean you're going to make a lot of money. Is there an advantage if you get in early? Absolutely. If you go to work and you build a sizable team. Repeat that. If you get in early in a network marketing company and you go to work and build a sizable team, yes, there's an advantage. But that's the same in any business. Imagine if you could have been the first Starbucks or the first Pete's Coffee or anything, or the first real estate franchise. If you get in at the beginning and you go to work in network marketing, there is an advantage. But if you get in 10, 15 years later and you go to work, you can still blow by thousands of people and make more money than people that are above you. You know, the dream that I can't wait for. It's going to happen. There will be a day that someone will come into my organization and they're going to make 3, 4 times more money than I do. And you know what? That's fair. They worked hard. They built a larger team. And they should be compensated more. But guess what? I'll still make a small percentage off of their effort and his effort and her effort and her effort. Guys, and that's how you become free. Not just financially free, but time freedom. You get your time back. Because now you're getting paid off of the efforts of other people. So guys, listen, I know I gave you a condensed version about this, but typically, let's tackle some of these woes or myths that you heard. I already told you about 3 of them. It's not true that the people at the top make all the money. It's not true at all, okay? It's not true that, first of all, we all know that people think that it's a pyramid. Well, what's the perception of a pyramid? The perception of a pyramid is that basically it's illegal. First of all, let me get you to understand. Everything is a pyramid. If you take a look at the company you work for, typically there's a CEO at the top. And underneath that CEO, there's executive vice presidents, right? Okay, and then underneath the executive vice presidents, you have, upper level, let's just call them upper level management. I should put some M's there. Then you got some supervisors, right? Right? And then typically you have what they call us down here at the bottom. Well, if we outline this shape, what shape is that, guys? That's a pyramid. That's what it is. Pyramids are not illegal. The government is a pyramid. Your family tree is a pyramid. You know, if you look on the back of a dollar bill, there's a pyramid with an eyeball open at the top of it. Like, get in one, okay? So pyramids are not illegal. What's illegal is a pyramid scheme. And what's that? That's when you pay money to something and you don't receive anything for what you paid for. Here in network marketing, specifically Organo Gold, when you sign up, all of your money goes towards your product. Your product. So you're getting double the amount of product for what you paid, okay? So I just want you to understand, guys, it's a real viable business. And the way you make money at it is very simple. You simply introduce the people that you know to people that you're working with and let those people train and teach you how to do it. I'm so excited about this business. I'm so passionate about it because I've been able to take so many average people that don't have my personality, but do want to make more money. And I've been able to help and show these people it's as simple as, hey, you introducing me to your friends and letting me talk to them, letting me explain how this really works for them. And by doing that, that's how you learned. Now, do you understand that in network marketing, you're building a network, you're building a team? And in our particular company, in Organo Gold, there's a slogan here: the right to and you're through. Now, let's define that. The right to and you're through. Well, the way our compensation plan is set up, that if you were to introduce, let's say 2 of the right people, hear that now, 2 of the right people, yeah, they got to go to work. But based upon how our compensation is set up, you could be at $10,000 a month just off of that. If you introduce someone like me that fell on your left and someone like Mr. Robert Black, that fell on your right, with these 2 workhorses, I can tell you, you're making at least 10 grand every single month while sitting back, because we're going to work for our families, but because you introduced us, you make money from everything we do. Now here's the thing. You may be thinking, well, I don't know anyone like you. I don't know anyone like you, Romacio, but you know somebody, and guess what? They know someone else. One of the things I tell people is that, everybody knows somebody. Don't prejudge. Every dud knows a stud. So just the bottom line here is that network marketing is all about people. That's what it's all about. It's all about serving and helping people. That's the whole premise of this whole business. And I can tell you that in a traditional business, you need capital. You need money to make it go. In network marketing, you need people. And so each and every single person that's watching this video, you all know a few people. Stop overcomplicating it and thinking it's too hard. Network marketing is designed to do around your full-time job or business. All it requires you to do is simply make some introductions. In other words, introduce people to people. That's it. That's all it is. Now, let's talk about, for those of you that are probably wondering, well, everything you're saying makes sense. Well, I know I make sense. Okay? And typically things that make sense make dollars. Read between the lines. Okay? Now, let's talk about why so many people don't make money. I want you to know the truth. There are people in our industry that don't make money, and I'm going to give you the stone cold facts. Here's the reason why. It's 2 major reasons why people don't make money in this industry. 2. It's really simple. Number 1 is they don't treat it like a real business. One of the things I hate about network marketing is, in my opinion, it's too cheap to get involved. When I look at the types of incomes that many of us make in this industry, and I look at how much money we paid to get in, which was less than $1,200 plus sweat equity, but we live the type of lifestyles and make the type of incomes that we make, it's astounding to know that you could actually have this return for such little money. It's almost frankly unbelievable. I'll be honest. It's almost kind of unbelievable that I can pay $1,200 plus sweat equity and live this way. But when I look at a traditional business, you pay thousands of dollars to start a traditional business. So here's the problem that a lot of people have and why they don't succeed. They don't treat this like a real business. Because they pay less than $1,200 to get involved, they treat it like a couple $100. And typically, you're always going to get the way you treat something. And so if you treat it like a couple $100 opportunity, that's typically all you're going to make is about a couple $100. That's rule number 1, why people don't succeed in it. They don't treat it like a real business. What does it mean to treat it like a real business? At least 10 to 15 hours a week on your spare time around your schedule. 10 to 15 hours a week to produce a sizable income is treating it like a real business. Rule number 1, you must treat it like a real business. Rule number 2, why people don't succeed. Poor training. Poor training is the reason. Typically, if you learn from broke people, what do you think you're going to end up? Broke. Poor training. Typically, in network marketing, people are going to do what was done to them. So if you don't get people started right and you don't teach people the right way, that's what duplicates. And guess what that happens? They fall off the wagon and they quit. That's exactly what happens. Poor training is the second reason why people don't succeed. Look at me. I've never done this before until 5 years ago. But I got involved, and the person who trained me is one of the best professionals in the world. As a matter of fact, at this particular time, he's number 2 in the entire network marketing industry. You see what I'm saying? When you get trained by the right person, now it completely shapes and molds your experience, which is much different than those that don't win. Am I saying that if you're not being trained by the right person, you can't win? No, I'm not. But what I am saying, if you're not being trained by the right person, stop. Training is everything in network marketing. As a matter of fact, the entire industry of network marketing is broken down into 3 simple compartments. 3 compartments. That's why we named our team. The first component of network marketing is inviting. You must invite people to take a look at your product and take a look at your opportunity. That's the first skill that a person has to learn. The second component is presenting. There will have to be a presentation done so that people can understand what the product is and they can understand what the opportunity is. But the most favorite is training. You now must train other people to do the inviting and presenting. So invite, present, and train make up the whole entire industry. When you train people, that's called replication, duplication, i.e. money. I want you to understand that true wealth only reveals itself to people that are patient enough to train others. Remember that. True wealth only reveals itself to people that are patient enough to train others. I don't care if you're in a traditional business or a non-traditional business. If you don't train anybody, it just simply means your feet are glued to the floor. I love it when professionals tell me how great they are at what they do. And I'm thinking, wow, it's probably the reason why you're not free. Because literally, until you can teach somebody how to do whatever it is that you do, you don't have time freedom. That means you're trading time for money. And understanding the concept of building a network, that concept should strike you. Because a network has the potential to pay you over and over and over and over again. And again and again and again. Well, I can't think of a better product in the world to do it with than coffee. Coffee, we've taken this and made it very simple. Coffee, it's an addiction. It's the number 2 most traded commodity in the world. It's something that requires no explanation, no selling, no explaining. Coffee drinkers will never, ever, 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 ever stop drinking coffee. You and I both know it. All we've done here with our concept of Organo Gold, our niche, if you will, is we found a way to make the coffee healthier. We sell it for a cheaper price than most coffees, and it tastes good. Let me ask you a question. What happens if we give a coffee drinker something that's legitimately healthier, tastes good, and sold at a cheaper price? Do you think we'd have a business? Let me ask you again. What happens if a coffee drinker can enjoy a cup of coffee that's legitimately healthier, sold at a cheaper price, and it still tastes really good? Do we have a business? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. And that's why in our 3rd year of business, we did $152 million of coffee sales with no advertising, no employees, all through word of mouth. This year, our 4th year of business, we're currently on pace to do over $400 million of coffee sales. I gotta tell you guys, this is the smartest business that I've ever seen. We've taken an addictive product, something highly consumable, made it healthier, selling it cheaper, and created a system whereby all we need to do is give out free samples and let people try our product and come back and buy more. You know, I was talking with my partner the other day, the vice president of sales, and we were kind of calculating how much we make per cup. Anywhere between 4 to 9 cents a cup that we make every time someone consumes a cup of coffee in our network. 4 to 9 cents. Now, to some of you, you may think that's not a lot of money, but do you understand that the average coffee drinker drinks between 2 to 4 cups every single day? Do you understand that the average coffee, they don't care about the economic conditions. It's an addiction that they won't ever stop. Okay? And so guys, what I'm saying, all we've done is we've taken the concept of coffee and now giving you an opportunity to leverage. Coffee and leverage equals freedom. You're building a network. Guys, let me give you some places where you can go and take a look at some valuable information. Number 1, you can actually go, if you want to see some factual information, everything I said is all fact. I just didn't want to go through all the books, and I'm just giving you the actual facts. But if you want to validate what it is that I'm saying, go to DSA, Direct Selling Association. find out how much revenue, how many companies are involved. Did you know, 60 plus million people are involved. 70% of them are females. Okay? Go there and find out how many people are making over $1 million. Go there and find out how many people make over an extra $1,000. Go there and find out the information. DSA website, Direct Selling Association, okay? Number 2, I highly recommend you pick up what's called Brilliant Compensation. Brilliant Compensation is a third-party DVD that you can watch for 30 minutes that explains the entire industry from cradle to grave. It breaks down all the moving parts. On that DVD, you will see Dr. Charles King, my friend, Dr. Charles King. He has a PhD from Harvard. Did you know that network marketing is now being taught at Princeton, Yale, Stanford, Harvard, all of the Ivy League schools, and many other state colleges as well? It's now a career of choice. Network marketing. Interesting. You need to look that up. Guys, there's so many facts that I could spin your head with, but I just want you to understand it's a real, viable business. And I'm so grateful that I'm involved. And I'm having the time of my life. And this video is not designed to sell you. It's designed to put you at ease, to get you to understand that, you know what? You can't keep condemning something that you fully don't understand. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your family. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's certainly not fair to the friends that you've been telling to stay away from it. There's people that fail at everything, but there's also 3 times as many that succeed. Question is, are you looking for them? Because you're listening to one of the greatest right now. And I hope that you take the time to really digest and listen to this information again and again and again. And ask yourself, is there anything about what I said that doesn't make sense? Is there anything about what I said that sounds inaccurate, hypey, or misquoted? You'll find I gave you nothing more than the facts of the industry. Because you, the skeptic, it just simply means that you have questions. I used to be the biggest skeptic. But now, once you get your questions answered, there's a tiger on the other side of that skeptical person. So hopefully you enjoyed this. It came from the heart. Please do understand it wasn't designed to offend you. It was just designed to educate you on how it is that we're living this way from home.